What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and Gal Gadot is no stranger to controversy ever since she became a known name, and especially after she was cast in the role as Wonder Woman. She's been under fire simply for her country of origin. There are people that don't want her to work because of where she's from, and that heat may have never been higher than it is right now. There may have never been more pressure from the woke mob and some of the lunatic blue check marks to have her fired over her words and really where she is from. Take a look at this. I didn't think we'd be talking about this 7 days later, but we are. Gal Gadot gets an earful online after calling for an end to unimaginable hostility in her native Israel. So obviously there's stuff going on in the world I don't really talk about on this channel or any of my channels really, but there is stuff going on in Israel right now. There is conflicts, and certainly there are heated sides that get very amped up about this issue. However, what I feel like Gal Gadot said was pretty neutral. She effectively asked for peace. She didn't condemn anyone. She didn't do anything like that. She simply asked for peace. And they're attempting to cancel her over that. If you didn't know, Gal Gadot is from Israel. That is where she's from. She has caught flack before for serving in the Israeli Defense Force. Well, you might not realize it, but that's actually required for citizens to do. It is compulsory. It is something that you must do. You do not have a choice. I believe it's 2 years of service. There are some people that get outliers, like child actors, for instance. Sometimes you can get waivers, you can get out of that, but for the most part, everyone serves in the Israeli military, no matter what your feelings may be about certain issues. Gal Gadot is trending for comments she made Wednesday regarding the flare-up of violence in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, but not in the way she'd planned. In a post published to her social media account, the Israeli-born actress expressed fears for her loved ones, along with hopes for peace and better days. Now, I want to read this to you guys. This is the statement. I don't think that this is very controversial. I don't think that this really deserves all the hatred that she is getting for it. My heart breaks. My country is at war. I worry for my family, my friends. I worry for my people. This is a vicious cycle that has been going on far too long. Israel deserves to live as a free and safe nation. Our neighbors deserve the same. Right? So she's not just talking about her people. She's talking about Palestine as well. I pray for the victims and their families. I pray for this unimaginable hostility to end. I pray for our leaders to find the solution so we can live side by side in peace. I pray for better days. So she's talking about not only her leaders, but the leaders of her neighbors. That's what this statement is saying. It's saying that I want peace. I want all of this to end. I want everyone to be okay. That is not very controversial, and in fact, she's getting flack in Israel because they don't think that it was pro-Israel enough. A lot of the higher-ups in the Israeli government are upset that this wasn't more pro-Israel, that it was a very neutral comment. Yet, there are people that are attempting to cancel her. From here, TTP. Reminder, Gal Gadot served in the Israeli Defense Force for 2 years, where she not only witnessed the ethnic cleansing firsthand, but also actively supported it. Of course, again, this is required for all citizens to serve in the Israeli Defense Force. I'm sure a lot of people will not mention that. The fact that Gal Gadot couldn't bring herself to say Palestine or Palestinians once, but instead refers to them as neighbors is very telling. How dare you refer to someone as your neighbor? That seems like a pretty peaceful thing to say, to be honest with you. And indeed, there were reports out there that now Gal Gadot is worried about being canceled like Gina Carano over Israeli-Palestine stir posts. Now, this report does come from Daniel Rickman, who I think is just a lying sack of shit, to be honest with you. So many of the things he says turns out to just be straight up wrong, like not even close, just clearly made up for his patrons. But I think that when you see all that's out there just in the last few days, you look at these things, you have here 16 hours ago, I hope she loses her career, and I will say that with my whole chest. Boycott Israel, boycott Wonder Woman. Major fuck you to DC and Warner Brothers for keeping Gal Gadot signed. They are pressuring DC and Warner Brothers to drop her over these comments. If you like Gal Gadot, please keep that to yourself. That's embarrassing. Don't watch this. Do not support Gal Gadot. She has openly and directly been supporting the genocide. Nah, come on, dude. She's asking for everyone to stop, for there to be peace and for them to coexist fine. She's not sitting there just saying, look at me rooting for Israel and all this. That's not what's happening right now. But these people continue to come after her. Wonder Woman saved these kids. Gal Gadot would have let them die. That is disgusting, man. Look at this person. Wonder Whore Woman, fuck you and your Israel too. So this all stems from the fact that that's where she is from. Regardless of her actions, regardless of her words, what people are worried about is the fact that that's where she is from. And they're trying to cancel her. Gal Gadot has found herself in the middle of online attacks in the past week after a social media post calling for peace. The actor had written that her country's at war, she's worried for her friends, just like we said. And she said she's praying for better days. What, like, if you're not going to comment on it, maybe it'd be best not to comment on it, right? I can see that. We talk about that a lot, that maybe people shouldn't comment on things. This is a completely neutral post. She's praying for peace. And there are people out there that are trying to get her fired, trying to get her life ruined over this because they despise her country of origin. They despise where she's come from. This is not the first time this has happened. This happened when she was cast as Wonder Woman. This happened when she was cast as Cleopatra. This happens anytime she does anything of note. There are people out there that try to cancel her because of where she's from. According to a report by Reaxer, the social media post didn't go down well with netizens who launched a major online attack against a Wonder Woman actor. People called her out for not mentioning or reprimanding her country's role in the escalation. It was also brought to notice that Gal Gadot served 2 years in the Israeli military, with people branding her as a Zionist, saying she's aided in violence against Palestine. So that is what's going on right now with Gal Gadot. I tried to ignore this when it first came out, to be honest with you, because it was just more of the same. Usually these people come, they freak out, they complain about Gal Gadot, and nothing happens and it goes away very quietly. That's not what's happening this time. It's only ramping up and continuing. And I don't think that Gal Gadot said anything wrong in that post that everyone's freaking out about. It seems like a very neutral post calling for peace, saying that she's upset with everything that's going on, calling for like leadership from both sides to get together. How much more neutral can you fucking get? That's why Israel is criticizing her for being too neutral. This is just the latest cancellation attempt, and ironically, it's coming from the same people. The same people that called Gina Carano an anti-Semite are now attacking Gal Gadot for seemingly to support Israel because that's where she's from, right? That's what's happening. Insane. Regardless of what you feel about the conflict, and again, I don't get into that because that's not what this channel's fucking about. The fact that someone is out there calling for peace and as a very neutral statement and is getting attacked the way she is, it's not right. We all understand what's going on. Is yet another cancellation attempt. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.